All right, at this point, you've at least taken one online course now, which makes you ready to launch your own online course. In this final video, I'm going to show you the easiest and best way to launch an online course. So, what other better place than selling your first online course than Udemy? Because on Udemy, it is a large marketplace of courses. So the likelihood of your course being found and bought on Udemy is much higher than just making your own website and hoping that people find it that way or trying to run ads to it. Udemy, a great place to start. You can do both, especially if you have YouTube or a website already, social media with some following. You can do both. But for those who don't, I would recommend Udemy. First off, trying to figure out what to make a course on. You may think that you're not good enough at certain things to make courses on them. Well, I guarantee you that's not the case. You could literally make courses on anything on Udemy. You could see some of the top categories. You could even do health and fitness. Say, do you do yoga? Maybe any sport. Do you play tennis? You can make a course on tennis, on golf, literally anything that you know how to do and maybe someone else doesn't know how to do that. You can make a course on it. So for me, I have like 8 courses on Udemy. I've made a course on Spanish. I am a proficient Spanish speaker, but I made a course on beginning Spanish because I know beginning Spanish and I knew enough to make a course on that. I know how to make WordPress websites. I made a course on WordPress websites. I made a course on fantasy football, on fantasy basketball, and I wouldn't say I'm technically an expert in any of these courses. I made this course on passive income, businesses, and sources, which I've done all of these and have been successful at all of these. Not as successful as a lot of other people, though. There's people with all these businesses making tens of $1,000s per month. And me, I'm not making that much with these, but I'm still making a good amount passively. And with online courses, specifically on Udemy, I made courses at this point almost 10 years ago that are still making money every single month from people still signing up on Udemy from these courses, which is insane to me that something I made 10 years ago is still making me money essentially every single month. So if you really don't know where to start on Udemy, come over, type in something like Spanish, and you'll notice here is that you get 1,026 results here. And honestly, I thought that would be more. Maybe it is. I'm not sure why there didn't come up with too many results. Yeah, so if you type in Spanish for beginners, 10,000 results. But if you type in something like fantasy football, which I've personally made a course on, you can see only 334 results. On the home page, you're only going to get about 20 results. So if you're not on the first few pages, it's going to be harder to make a sale here, but you can, niche down even further. Or you could do something like fantasy basketball, which may not be as popular as fantasy football, but you're going to get less results here, higher likelihood that you're going to be showing up on one of the first pages. So once you know what kind of course you're going to make, basically you just got to break it down into like 5 videos at least, maybe more, about an hour of runtime total or more. And then Udemy is going to make it super simple for you to upload all the videos and write out a description and title and thumbnail for your course. And that's basically all you need. So how are you going to make the videos? I highly recommend something that's just free to use and it's very basic. I use QuickTime Player, so you should have it on your Mac already downloaded. I do believe it's also on other PCs as well. QuickTime Player. Basically, what you can do with QuickTime Player is what I'm doing right now. I'm recording my screen and also recording through my camera at the same time. And then once I'm done recording this, I stop them both and I come over to another free software here. So this is iMovie, free on the Mac. There's different ones that you can get. Windows Movie Maker on Windows computers is a good option for free. And essentially, I have the top here, which is my camera that I just put up really small in the corner. They make it easy to do that with the audio. And then I have my screen recording down below. And I just chopped it up by splitting the clips super easily. And that's all the editing I do for this video. And then I download it and put them together in the course directly to Udemy. So very easy, very basic, great passive income source. Like I said, I have courses I made like almost 10 years ago now that are still making money for me every single month on Udemy. So as long as you can find some smaller niches, easy to tap into where you can get people subscribing to your course and just have a little something to teach in that subject, it's super easy to make these videos and upload them to Udemy and get going. So I highly recommend doing that as a passive income source as well. It is going to be a good amount of work up front to actually make the videos, edit them, and upload them. And especially on your first course that you ever make, it's probably going to take you longer, but the next ones it's going to be shorter and shorter time. And then after putting in that Upwork front, it's going to just keep making you money every single month. So I hope you guys enjoyed this course. And if you did, definitely consider making your own course for another passive income source. And it makes it really easy on Udemy to do so.